All right. Welcome back to another episode of my movie review series, episode 321. Now, last week I said that I was going to go back into the Matrix. It's been 3 years since I've done the Matrix. Three years since I've done the Matrix. So yeah, here we are once again. The Matrix Reloaded, 2003. Yeah, man. Yeah, the original players are back. Yeah, Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Carrie-Anne Moss, Hugo Weaving. And then we had Jada Pinkett Smith and Gloria Foster comes back. Well, man, yeah, The Matrix Reloaded. Wow. Yeah, this movie, man. This movie, yeah, it blew away expectations. Even though, um, um, to the best of my memory, it wasn't uh, 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 it wasn't like the first movie. It was it was a bit it was a bit different. And at the same time, it was the same, but it was a bit different. You know, as far as sequels is concerned. But yeah, it was yeah. I tell you, yeah, it did blow away expectations though. You know, few people will say that this movie was a little bit of a letdown. How can this movie be a letdown? How can this movie be a letdown? I mean, what expectations were you having at the time? How can this movie be a letdown? I mean, that's something I don't I never understood. I mean, yeah, we got the whole dance party in Zion, but we did get a bit more Matrix, a bit more Matrixy, I guess you could say. We did get a lot more of what we wanted to see in the Matrix, the system Matrix, not just the movie Matrix, but the system, the Matrix. We did get a lot more of that. I mean, one of the highlights of the movie is, of course, the fight between Neo and the Smiths. Smith. He's pretty much yeah, he pretty much he found a way to copy himself. You know, yeah, he was a new man. Yeah, he was unplugged. You know, you know, like a part of the system, but not quite a part of the system. He can. Uh, it's like an open world game. He can now go into places that he wasn't supposed to in the beginning. But yeah, that's the way that's how I'm trying to figure out things. Still, all these years, still trying to figure out things from the Matrix. I mean, this YouTube channel, The Matrix Explained, they can do a hell of a lot more than I can. But yeah, man, this movie though, yeah, and one of the biggest highlights was the fight between Neo and all those Smiths. I mean, yeah, that fight right there alone told the story. Yeah, Neil, he held his own. You know, a bit more powerful himself. He held his own against all those Smiths. But the numbers game, literally the numbers game, it was starting to pile up on him. Yeah, so he got a nice little equalizer, and and ripping this pole out of the ground, smash it against one of the Smiths, smash that concrete off the pole against one of the Smiths, and yeah, he got a nice little equalizer, he got a nice little weapon to deal with the numbers game, and yeah, he was start rock and roll using that pole as a bow staff, and those Smiths would they were starting to get overwhelmed. So yeah, Neil, yeah, so Smith, he just he ordered more. Yeah, so Neil, yeah, he's rocking and rolling with the his bow staff, and more Smiths kept coming through, busting through the gate. But yeah, by the time he lost the weapon, they all start to pile on, But yeah, Neil, he breaks free, spins around with one on his shoulders, toss him around. Yeah, he did his Superman thing. He got out of there. But yeah, I tell you though, that was one of the highlights. I mean, hell, the fight between Trinity and one of the agents around the end of the movie. Talking about holding her own, man. Yeah, I tell you though, yeah, this movie though, it was definitely a step up for me. It was definitely a step up from the original, and it wasn't one of those sequels that surpassed the original. I could say that it wasn't one of those sequels it wasn't one of those sequels that surpassed the original. But yeah, it was like a step up from it. I don't know how I can explain that, but yeah, bear with me and just go with it. Yeah, I tell you, the movie, it left you with a lot more questions than it gave the answers to. But hey, that's the Matrix, and that's the Matrix, the entire franchise in all, overall, you know, it leaves you with a lot more questions than the answers that you would try and get out of it, especially with the most recent Matrix film, Resurrections. It left you with a lot more questions than the answers that you was trying to get out of it. What an interesting movie that was, I tell you. But yeah, with this one though, yeah, Matrix Reloaded, yeah, it was one of the most solid sequels. A little bit of a step up. Uh, yeah, it delivered. I tell you that. I tell you that much. Yeah, the movie, it delivered. So yeah, you know, I mean, yeah, how can Neo stop those Sentinels in the real world? How can he stop those Sentinels from attacking just by thinking about it? How can he do that? Well, that will be yeah, that can be explained, you know, with the next movie. If they have been explained in the next movie. But hey, I'm telling you, yeah, um, Matrix Explained, that channel, it it does what it says, man. That channel delivers also. But yeah, great moments to come out this movie though. I mean, hell, you got Monica Bellucci in this movie, and she playing this character called Persephone. You know, you got Monica Bellucci in this movie. Period. I mean, yeah, the latex dress. You know, I mean, he got her in this movie. You know, that long dark hair. You know, that long dark hair looking like silk. Yeah, he got Monica Bellucci in this movie. Period. And that says it all right there. I mean, yeah, he got this other interesting character playing her husband called yeah, the Merovingian. Yeah, another very interesting character. Yeah, he sampled. Yeah, he's a very dangerous program. Yeah, he sampled a lot of languages, but French is his personal favorite. You know, yeah, it's like wiping your ass for silk. He loves it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He did get a little bit of a nice little history. You know, there's like there was like six other matrices, six other predecessors that Merovingian have dealt with other than Neo. There was there was other predecessors. Yeah, and yeah, he dealt with them, and he could deal with Neo also. You know, yeah, mark my words, boy, mark them well. I have done with your other predecessors, and now we're done with you. But yeah, and then yeah, there's this other character. Yeah, the most complex character to come out these movies. This guy named the Architect. Apparently, the Architect, he is the creator of the Matrix. You know, he got all these screens. He's sitting in this one room, this one white room. And he got all these screens. All these screens is pretty much, you know, timelines. And yeah, with the top of his pen, you know, yeah, they would change, and you can see the timeline of Neo's life. You know, from birth all the way up to when he was recruited by Morpheus. You know, every single aspect. And yeah, yeah, every time he taps the pen, you know, you get to see, you know, on the screen, you know, different phases of Neo, you know, currently, different phases of him, you know. Yeah, I think it was explained that that was the that was the I guess you could say variant, if I could use a Marvel term for this. Yeah, yeah, these are other variants of Neo, you know, on the screens, you know, and this the actual one right there standing there in front of the Architect. But yeah, like I said, man, a lot more questions than answers. But yeah, that's the fun part of the of these movies. You know, you get to draw your own conclusion while you sit and watch the whole thing unfold. I mean, you know, you having dreams about Trinity dying. You know, is that foretelling of the future? Well, in a way, it was, but he changed it by saving her from that foreshadowed death of hers. You know, just by swooping in and grabbing her before she hit the truck. So yeah, but she hit the car. It was a car that before she crashed down into the vehicle. You know, he swooped in, grabbed her, and took the bullet right out of her chest. Took the bullet out of her chest, and then he put his hand back in her chest, back in her chest, and pumped her heart so she could live again. You know. So yeah, not only Neo, he can, Neo, he can do pretty much any and everything. You know, and not that his mind is completely free. You know, you can see that he can do any and everything. But yeah, and then you got to get a certain character named Seraph. You know, he is the Oracle's bodyguard, and yeah, he uh he had to I guess he had to know for himself how good Neo is in fighting. And he pretty much gave him a surprise challenge, you know, with those two having a nice little sparring session in the uh the Chinese restaurant, I guess you could say. But yeah, these two they had like some nice little sparring session. Yeah, blocking each other's shots and then giving off each other's shots here and there. But yeah, great martial arts action in this movie though. Great martial arts action in this movie. You know, from all characters. You know, Morpheus fighting one of the agents on top of the semi truck. You know, that fight's told a story on its own. Hell, Morpheus had to grab the katana, the samurai sword. He had to grab that as his equalizer. Yeah, he had symbolism in this movie too. There's real good symbolism. You know, I like in the I guess you could say Morpheus' point of view. You know, yeah, there was nice little and here's the symbolic gesture here. There was a nice little transition between ancient weaponry into into modern weaponry. You know, yeah, he had the a gun in one hand and the sword in the other. You know, you know, after he used the sword there, you know, he cut the side of the truck with the sword, you know, and then yeah, you saw that transition. Ancient weaponry with the sword into modern weaponry with the gun. He let off that shot. Yeah, made the truck explode, getting rid of those two, getting rid of those twins in the process. You know, yeah, that's still symbolic. transition. Yeah, I liked it there. But yeah, but yeah, the the freeway chase, that alone, another big highlight in this movie, the freeway chase alone, man. When they're trying to get the keymaker to safety. Yeah, that 45-minute freeway chase. I mean, I heard that they had to build an actual freeway just so they can get the whole sequence done. I mean, yeah, Trinity zigzagging from one shoulder to the other on that ninja on that ninja motorcycle. You know, that was real cool to see. I tell you that. That was real cool to see. Just going side to side, weaving through traffic from one shoulder to the other until she had to get to the off ramp. Yeah, and then Neil he coming in after after the Merovingian got him lost in the up in the mountains. He had to get his Superman thing going, up and fly off until back into the city. So yeah, he get there in time because there's one semi truck and another semi truck, and they're about to collide. And Morpheus is standing on one of them with the keymaker. So yeah, Neo he comes in as the collision commence. He comes in, grabs both Morpheus and the keymaker, and he get them out of there. And yeah, man, whew, that was a hell of a close call. Great stuff to come out of this movie, man. Yeah, this movie it definitely has the thrill. It definitely has the thrills and the chills. But yeah, the martial arts action in this movie, yeah, it is a bit of a step up, you know. But yeah, the Matrix Reloaded though, even though it was not like completely, it was not completely like the first movie. It was a nice little addition to the franchise as a whole as the franchise was building up. And here's the real cool part about it was that there were tie-ins with this movie and the next movie. Yeah, with this video game called Into the Matrix and the compilation of short films called The Animatrix. I mean, the Wachowskis, they really were building a whole world here. Yeah, and this huge expansion from between with the video game and the shorts. Yeah, they were really building a whole new world here. And yeah, parts of the game is going to affect your your viewing pleasure with this movie and with the next movie, Matrix Revolutions. But yeah, great great stuff to experience. This movie was one huge experience. 2003 was one huge year for the Matrix. Yeah, it was a great experience all throughout, from May to November. Great experience all throughout, man. But yeah, this movie though, yeah, Matrix Reloaded. Yeah, it was definitely, like I said, it was definitely a step up. great addition, great martial arts action, great stunt work, great visual effects. I mean, yeah, it holds up still to this day. Seeing Neo fly, you know, seeing him fly, yeah, and at that point when he's in the air, he does that turn, you know, he flying in the night, he does that turn, it looks great, still, it still holds up. So yeah, when it comes to the Matrix, man, yeah, visual effects, yeah, it's going to hold up. Yeah, it's going to deliver. This movie have delivered. It has delivered. A great solid four. A great solid 4 out of 5, man. The Matrix Reloaded. I mean, yeah. If you're a fan, if you're a fan of the franchise, you cannot bypass this movie. I'll tell you that, man. I'll tell you that much. You cannot bypass this movie if you're a great fan. If you're a fan of the franchise, and yeah, this is one of the So this is indeed one of the big ones. Like I said, the Matrix was a huge phenomenon. 1999, the first movie, and then 2003, they gave you a huge full-blown experience. It was a phenomenon for that moment in time. And yeah, great solid 4 out of 5. That's my review, Jack, and I'm sticking to it. Now, next week, summer officially begins next week. So I want to hit you with a summer blockbuster next week. Yes, Imhotep awakens next week. So yeah, you keep it locked right here for that. Check out my other shit right here. Subscribe to me right here. But in the meantime, in between time, Jack, this show is off.